Hey YouTube, here's the video you've been waiting on. I sent you a teaser video a couple weeks ago about the Performance Distributors Sultans of Spark coils for the 2014 to 2018 GM trucks. Don't matter if it's the 5.3 or the 6.2, and plus it fits a lot of the other vehicles in the Chevrolet lineup. You know, the Tahoe, Suburbans, things like that, the full-size vehicles that has the bigger V8s. It should work on those applications as well. You'll just have to check online on their website at Performance Distributors, and I'll put it in the description so you can find it, or you can always check out summitracing.com. They have a pretty good search bar on there where you can find what fits your application. But anyways guys, I'm super excited about this review. As you all know, I review a lot of different performance parts for my truck, and I'm all the time doing different things to try to make it faster, more miles per gallon, just help it run better and last longer. And anyways, I also run the big group on Facebook. It's called Silverado Sierra 2014 to 2018. I'll put a link in the description too for the group. And you know, I've got over 10,000 members on there, and so I asked a while back, hey, has anybody run any aftermarket coils on their truck? And you know, as you do on the internet, you always got a few smart asses on there that, you know, always have to chime in. And anyways, a few guys says, well, you ain't gonna notice anything, you know, from those, you know, just wasting your money. And I thought, well, okay, well, so I kind of put it off. And so anyways, I was, you know, playing around on the old interweb one night, and I was on Summit Racing's website, and I noticed that they had these Performance Distributors Sultans of Spark coils. And I thought, well, hey, I'm gonna give these guys a ring. And anyways, you know, like I said, I review a lot of products, and so I reached out to the owner, Steve, and we had a pretty good conversation about coils and this, that, and the other. And you know, like I told you in the last email, he sent me telling, you know, he'd put some coils on his Camaro, and you know, he said that it increased the throttle response. And so I thought, well, I'd give it a shot. And so I installed these yesterday. I'd hoped to get it done a few weeks ago, but we've been having a heat wave here in Tennessee, and I think last week the heat index was like 105. So anyways, I didn't get to it last week. And so anyways, I got to it yesterday, and I tell you, they were really, really simple to put on. I swear I got all the coils and all 7 of the wires changed within, you know, probably an hour. And as you can see, they look really good. I pulled the covers, the spark plug, the valve covers off. It's just a plastic cover. It's just a protective, decorative looking cover. It's got some insulation on the back. It's like a sound deadening type thing, and it just pushes in on those little clips. And I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna take it off. I don't care nothing about the way that those look anyway. So I much prefer the look of seeing the coils and the wires and the valve covers there. And so I went ahead and pulled those covers off, and I think I'm gonna leave them off unless somebody can give me a good valid reason why I should put them back on. But anyways, as you can see, I replaced all the coils, and they were kind enough to send me some live wires as well. And so I replaced all the live wires. And so, like I said just a second ago, I replaced all 7 of these, no problem whatsoever. And then you get over here to this side. I don't know if you can see way back in there, but let's see if I can put my finger down there. Right down in there is the spark plug. And I'll go ahead and tell you, if I knew the name of the GM engineer who designed the firewall that was that damn close to that spark plug, I would send a steaming hot bag of dog shit and put it on his porch. I'm telling you, that dude needs to be beat to death. I'm not even joking. I tried to get that spark plug wire off the spark plug, and it just would not budge. I mean, the truck's only got like 15,000 miles on it, and I could not get it off. I pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled on it, and I could not get it off. And so I pulled on the wire, and I yanked on the wire. I took pliers and tried pulling on it, and I just, there's not enough room in there to get your hand in there to get any leverage on it. So anyways, I ended up having to pull the wheel off, which is no problem. And I had to get in here and pull all these little screws and pull this wheel liner out, this felt wheel liner. And it comes out really easy. And I had it out in probably 10-15 minutes. I used an impact and a Torx head bit and was able to zap them out real fast. And then it gives you access to that one spark plug that's a pain in the butt. I guess it's number 8 back there. And so anyways, I got everything wrapped up and put back together, and I cranked this thing up, and as soon as I cranked it up, I could tell a difference. I know you guys think I'm crazy. I could tell a difference in the way it cranked. It cranked up a hell of a lot faster. My truck it don't have no problems cranking, but you could tell it cranked a lot faster than it normally does, and I thought that was pretty cool. And so I took it down the road, and I drove it down here past the golf course. There's a nice little straightaway, and I opened it up, and I was like, man, I couldn't believe just how much it improved the throttle response. I've made a lot of mods, done a lot of mods to this. I've done the cold air intake, the Volant cold air intake. I've done the Jet Performance throttle body. I've did the mass airflow sensor right there by Jet. I've got the tuner on it. You can see the Jet throttle body right there. I've done the Corsa exhaust. I want to do some headers on it next. And anyways, but I gotta say, out of all the mods that I've done so far, I really like the coils. I think there's no doubt that I could tell a difference. And when I spoke with Steve, he told me to open the plug gap up to 65 thousandths. And so I didn't yesterday. I just left the stock plugs in it, since the truck only has 15,000 miles. And I thought, well, I'll just try it without opening the gap up. And whenever I put headers on it pretty soon, I'll change the plugs out, and that way it'll be a lot easier for me to get in there and change them, since I'm pretty sure I'll have both inner fenders out, and I'll just do it then while I'm putting the headers on. So anyways, I could tell as soon as I pulled out of the driveway that everything seemed a lot smoother, and everything seemed crisper as far as in the throttle. These trucks have a lot of lag in them, and I have got the tuner on there and tried to take some of that out, as far as the adjustment, as far as taking the lag out of it. So when you mash the gas pedal, there's more sensitivity, and so it did help. But then I swear the coils really helped it. And yesterday afternoon, I took my buddy for a ride. He's rode my truck many times, and he couldn't believe it. He noticed a difference as well. And so a lot of you guys are doing intake mods, exhaust mods, and that's fine and dandy. I believe it all helps. I know for a fact it helps. But I think if a lot of you guys did the the coils like I did in the wires, I really think you guys would be happy, because it's a little bit more than an intake and an exhaust, but I think it'll pay for itself. I haven't tested any of the miles per gallon yet, but I guarantee you there'll be a definite increase in miles per gallon and power for sure, and just better drivability. So I'm pretty stoked about these. Can't wait to drive the truck some more and see how it drives, you know, just on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, I just did it yesterday, but so far I'm super stoked about it. And anyways, I'm gonna show you guys a few little tips today, just in case you install some coils, or let's say you've got a bad plug or wire or a coil. I'm going to show you a few tips to help you out, and I'm going to also do a cold start on this thing. I haven't drove it since yesterday, but I'm going to show you just how fast this thing cranks up now. I'm going to see if you can notice it on the camera. I'm going to try to mash both buttons and record at the same time, so bear with me. Oh shit, I forgot. Truck won't start because the hood's open. I have to do it manually. It won't start with the keyless entry with the hood open. I guess they don't want some mechanic getting their fingers chopped off. So anyways, let me crank it up. Alright, I'll be quiet so you can listen how fast it starts. Got a nice rumble to it, huh? Yeah, I know that course exhaust really makes it sound good. But anyways, one thing I want to point out is I didn't really notice a big increase in valve train noise from taking these covers off. So I think like I said, I think I'm just going to leave them off. I really couldn't tell any difference. So I really like the way it looks with them off. That way you can get to the coils if you ever have to replace one, or the wires or whatever. But like I said, I'm going to show you a little trick to see if you've got a bad plug wire or coil or spark plug. And the way that you want to do that, if you don't have a fancy scan tools and all that, and you've just got some simple tools laying around the house, you can definitely check. The best way to do that is your exhaust manifolds right there. Each tube, you know, belongs to that cylinder. So what you want to do is take you an infrared thermometer, and you can shoot it. Let's shoot it right there on that first cylinder. It's reading 100 degrees. Then you shoot the second one. It's reading 100 degrees, or right around that, 109. Okay. 160, 170, 180. All right, the truck just got started, so it's gonna be hard to kind of read it. Now they're all kind of reading the same. Plus, you also got to remember you've got these heat shields on there. See, that one's reading 100 right there at the bolt. That one's reading 100 right there at the bolt. That one's reading 100 right there at that bolt. I don't know if I can zap that other one back there. Yeah, about 100. And so you see how they're all close to the same temperature. If you had a bad plug wire or coil or spark plug, it would be a lot colder. So what you want to always do is just check it and see if each cylinder is about the same temperature. If you've got one that's reading 200 and you've got another one that's reading 100, you know that one is not getting fire. So you need to check the spark plug, the wire, or the coil. So anyways, that's a quick way to check it. And you can look over on this other side here and see it as well. You can see it's warming up a little bit because it hadn't been started. And that's 117. That was 113. 120. And 105. And you got to keep in mind, if there's 40, 50, 60, 100 degrees difference, that's something to take a look at. Another way you can test that is take a water bottle and just put a little Coke bottle or something and put a hole in the top of it, make it just a little teeny hole, and you can squirt it on each exhaust manifold or header tube. And if it evaporates real fast, then you know it's hot, and then if it doesn't, then you know you've got a dead cylinder. So that's another way to tell if you don't have an infrared thermometer. And so, or you could do one of these. You could get one of these cups that's got some liberal tears in it and pour it on there, and you know, hey, if it comes back cold, you know you got a dead cylinder. So anyways, guys, if you liked the video on the coils, please give me a thumbs up, and please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll try to do a follow-up video down the road once I drive this thing a little bit more. And hey, if I have any problems or if anything comes up, hey, I'll let you know. And but so far so good. And if you're interested in buying one of these cups, check out the website. I'll put in the link below. It's from a company. It's called Shield Republic. They sell clothing, decals, all hats, all kinds of stuff. And these guys have got some really cool stuff, and I really enjoy their clothing. And anyways, so like I said, please like and subscribe. If there's something you want to see me do a review on, please leave it in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a good one. Out.